everybody. Today we're going to be doing solving problems with angle relationships. I will be doing the odd, you got the even. Well, number 7 says list each angle adjacent to W. Well, adjacent means that it is joining. So that means if angle W were here, an angle would either have to be here, joining with it, or possibly even here, joining with it. Okay? So let's see what is actually sharing the vertex and is using one of the same lines as angle W. Well, adjacent to angle W, because we have a line here for angle W, or angle here, one adjacent line would be here because it shares this vertex and comes here. So that would be angle X. Another one that shares its vertex and one of its lines is angle Z. So the answer to this would be angles X and Z. All right, let's move to number 9. Find the value of X. If I find the value of X, okay, this is 9X, and that's the only X listed here, and so we've got to go ahead and figure out what 9X is. We're going to use all of our property skills to go ahead and figure this one out. Well, first of all, we see that this is a 90-degree angle, so we already know this is 90. We also know that this angle here is 18 degrees. So we can say this entire piece here, angle GJW, is going to be 90 plus 18. And of course, that's going to give us 108. That's very significant because now that we know this is 108 and we know every straight line is 180 degrees, we can look at the line that goes from L to W here. And if that's 180 degrees, well then this 90 plus 18, we should be able to subtract it from 180 to find out what this angle is. So now we've got 180 minus 108. That's going to give us 2. We borrowed one from here, so that'll leave us 7. So that means this angle is 72 degrees. Now, we also know this angle is 9 times x. So we can say that 9 times x is going to be equal to 72 degrees. If that's true, we can use the properties of division here, isolate x by itself. Whatever I divide from one side, I divide from the other. And now x is going to leave us with, well, 9 times 8 is 72, so this must be 8 degrees, or x is 8 degrees. And that solves number 9. Let's go ahead and move down now to number 11. Number 11 says the angle 1 and angle 2 are complementary angles, which means these angles will equal 90 degrees. The measure of 1 is 42, so this is 42. The measure of 2 is 3x. Well, that means this is 3x. Find the value of x. Well, we know that 90 degrees is going to be equal to 42 degrees plus 3x. And we solve this by using the same properties we use for two-step equations. First, we're going to isolate the variable by getting rid of the numbers using our properties of subtraction. And we do that, we see we have 3x left over, right? And then, well, we're going to have to borrow one from here, which is going to leave us 48. And now that I know that, I can, I'm sorry, 48. I can use my property of division to isolate x by itself by dividing 3 away from it. And whatever I divide from one, I divide from the other. And now I have to say, what is 48 divided by 3? Well, 48 divided by 3 will give us 16. So 16 is x. Okay, let's see. I think I've got number 13 now. If I scroll down here to number 13, it says that angle A and angle B are supplementary angles. Well, that means that angle A and angle B have to equal 180 degrees. Next, we can see that it says an angle A is 3 times as large as angle B. Well, that means angle A well, if it's 3 times as large as angle B, well, hold on, we could simply write this to say, we can use substitution here. Let's see, if angle A equals 3, that's 3 times angle B, well, up here, we can use substitution and we can put that 3 angle B's, I'm going to rewrite this, 3 angle B's, all right? It says angle A is equal to 3 angle B's, so we're going to replace angle here, A in this equation with 3 angle B's plus angle B has got to be equal to 180. This should help us because that means that 4 angle B's, right? 3 plus 1 equals 4 angle B's equal 180. Let's see how this can help us in the future. Says find the measure of angle A and B. Well, this isn't that hard. To find the measure of B, if 4 angles B equal 180, I can divide 4 away, leaving angle B by itself. Whatever I divide from one side, I have to divide from the other side. I have 180 divided by 4. And if I take 180 and divide it by 4, that gives me 45. So that means angle B is 45 degrees. Now they're saying find angle A as well. Well, let's go back over here. If angle A equals 3 angle B's, then that would mean that angle A, we can rewrite this again, well, angle B is 45 degrees, so that would be 3 times 45 degrees. And now we can simply say, what is 45 times 3? That's going to give us 135. So angle A must be 135. All right, now that makes sense because 135 plus 45, remember we said that angle A and B has to equal 180. So 135 plus 45, do this a little simpler. Equals 180. All right, we're off to number 15 now. Number 15 says angle 1 and an angle, excuse me, number 1 and an angle that measure 50 degrees are supplementary. So we know that angle 1 plus 50 degrees, we don't know what angle it is, but we do know it's 50 degrees, is going to be equal to 180. And another angle that measures 50 degrees, okay, and angle 3, okay, so this would be angle 3, and another angle that equals 50 degrees, are also supplementary. So they're also equaling 180. Show that number 1 and 3 are equal. This is pretty easy. If I solve this problem here, it's going to go ahead and give me angle 1 is equal to 180 minus 50. And I really should say degrees, I guess. Let's see. That means that angle C, or angle 1, must equal, 180 minus 50, that's 130. If we solve for 3, it should be no different, because if angle 3 is also equal to 180 minus 50, we're using the properties of subtraction. Remember, I need to get 1 by itself, so I'll subtract 50 here, and I'll also subtract 50 here. Whatever I subtract from one side, I'm subtracting from the other side. And that means that angle 3 also has to equal 180, because 180 minus 50, I'm sorry, it has to equal 130, not 180. Well, there we go. Angles 1 and angles 3 equal 100 and, I'm writing through, I don't want them to say, like you have to add them together, so I got to correctly put this in. Angle 1 equals 130, and angle 3 equals 130 degrees. All right, we're moving down to, that is how we show that they're equal. We're moving down to number 17 now. It says, what is the measure in degrees of angle X? Well, if I solve for X here, and I double checked and realized that number 15 was the last one we were going to be doing. 16, 17, and 18 were not a part of the homework, so I'm taking them off there. 15 was your last one. So I guess I'm done, and good luck with the ones that you had. I'll see you in class.